you've made it when your name is in a crossword puzzle, as has happened to numerous of us Cityline guests, including myself. But today, it's Jason's turn. He is, of course, one of the 3 chefs on Cityline. They asked that in Metro. It was Jason.
Very cool.
Give it up for this cool guy. He's in Metro. He's number 26 across, people.
Did you see what Mike Ward put? He tweeted out and said, no, it's wrong. He says there's 5 Ks in Mike Ward.
Cheeky. He's so cheeky. Okay, so we've been talking about trends today.
Yes.
We did a little bit of decor and fashion. We want to do more food. Yeah, fall. So what's going on?
It's all about starting to get a little bit more robust, a little bit more bigger in flavor. You know, and for me, lamb, you know, I'm very proud of the fact that my mom is from Wales, my grandmother was Welsh, and every Sunday we had roast leg of lamb.
Wow.
Like lamb is that kind of comfort for me. But it also, when it gets to the fall, it feels like you're starting to get into those bigger flavors.
Yep.
So lamb shank, one of those great flavorful items that's a little intimidating sometimes.
Absolutely.
How long do you cook it for? How do you cook it? Throw this on the grill and barbecue it, not going to come out too good because it's a little tough.
Okay.
You need to break those fibers down. So a nice big thick pan, and I've got a nice cast iron pan lined with the ceramic, so it's not going to stick.
Okay.
But then I've taken my lamb, and here's the thing: nice coarse, salt. Just get it nice and chunky on there. You know, don't be shy. Get some black pepper on there, and it's cracked black pepper.
Okay.
Now you can't always see this in the stores, and if you can't, just buy some peppercorns.
Yeah.
Take the bottom of your pot and just roll it over, But you want chunky, big flavors when you're braising.
Right, because braising, is it a long process?
It is.
Because you really are looking for it to be tender.
Well, and that's what you're doing, is you're cooking it for a longer period of time at a lower temperature to allow all those fibers to break down. But first,
sounds
you
good.
gotta get a little sear on it, right?
Yep.
And you just kind of get it going, just a little sizzle. There we go. And what that does, it actually gets the little bit of browning on the outside, but it also gives you flavor to your pan. So I'm gonna squeeze them in here.
Get
them
in there.
It's in there.
Okay,
But here's the thing is, I could put all this in a pot, and I talk about this all the time, put all your flavors in there, boil it, and it would work. But you want that kind of toasted flavor like you've done it on the barbecue or like you've done it in a browning on the pan. And just by doing this, it does change the flavor. It makes it more nutty.
Oh, I love that.
But what I also like is the fact I can do this in a frying pan.
Yep.
And then just sear it and put it off, because I'm going to actually just take these out in a second.
Yeah.
But the thing is what happens with that is you don't actually flavor or season your pan.
Right.
So with this, what I'm doing is actually, you'll see in a second, but there's flavor added to the pan.
Yes, and you're all about the flavor at the bottom of the pan.
And that's
important
key.
stuff.
Well, when you're building layers, you need all that to happen, right? And a lot of people go, oh, I burned it. You probably have it. If it's black, it's burnt.
Yeah.
Okay. But if it's brown, it's flavor.
Right.
Right. And that's what I always say. Like if it's, if you've got it a little bit more, it's it's black, but it's okay. It's Chef Jason said it's flavor.
That's not
burnt,
flavor.
Okay? But all I did was just add a little bit of that kind of sear on the outside.
Nice.
And you don't have to go much. You could go a little bit browner, but I don't think too much. Just open up the flavors.
Okay.
But then this is where it gets fun.
So now we're gonna add all sorts of fun stuff. You tell me what you want.
Onions.
Yeah.
You can grab about 3 or 4 of those cloves of garlic. Throw them right in there. Yeah.
Nice and big and chunky, not even chopping them because I'm lazy.
5.
Okay.
Get some garlic in there.
Yep.
All right, that's in.
No shallots today. What's going on?
I have this new vegetable that I found. It's a white vegetable.
Is it called an onion?
It's called an onion.
Weird.
Yeah, it's
oh my
amazing.
Gosh.
But this is one of those times, big, bold flavors.
Yeah.
So what I do is I let that go, and I just kind of let it pull the flavors off the bottom of the pan. This is your best friend. Pulls all the flavors. Okay. Then peaches. Throw some of those in there.
Okay.
There you go. Fresh peaches.
So why not? You want to be using what's in season right now.
Right
now, peaches are it.
Yep. You could throw some apple in there. A little bit of leek.
Some leeks.
Yep. They're beautiful. And leeks just give you that a little bit more of a softer onion flavor.
Do you want any more?
Yeah, put a bit more in there. Beautiful.
There you go.
And then here's the thing, throw the tomatoes in there.
Okay.
So I wanted to show you that if you don't have fresh tomatoes, you can use canned tomatoes.
You're okay with that?
Yep. But you want to just strain it off a little bit. But look at that. It's already browning, getting going. Here we are. But we need some liquid.
Yeah.
Now you can just use beef stock, you can use chicken stock.
What are you going to use?
Peach cider.
Peach cider.
Hello.
That's very inspired.
I know.
What made you go down that road?
I was hanging out at the, I visited the LCBO. I don't hang out there. And I saw this peach cider, and I'm like, I got peaches in here. How better can this be?
I gotta use that.
You know?
Yeah, that's smart.
So I put that in there, and then I did also take some beef stock because you can't do 100% alcohol, and
Right.
well, you're not supposed to do 100%
Apparently that's
alcohol.
wrong. But this is going to boost the flavor a lot.
And then
both
we just
together.
put those beautiful seared lamb right back in, right? And this is where you have to, the best part is you get to kind of sit back now.
This is where the magic happens.
Yeah, you know, you don't have to completely cover them, but if you are, that's fine. But really what you do is you bring that up to a simmer first. Once it's simmered, put a lid on it.
Yeah.
You can put it in the oven at a low temperature, or you can leave it on the stovetop, and you end up with, look at this.
Oh, that looks amazing.
I mean, smell that. It smells like peaches of lamb.
Oh, it smells so
awesome.
good.
But, you know, you could take this, put it on a platter, but, you know, again, fall. So I went out and got myself some carrots. But pretty soon you're going to have parsnips, turnips, all those beautiful fall vegetables. Toss those in a little bit of maple syrup, roast them in the oven in a pan like this so you can present right at the table. And then you just take your lamb shanks and put them right over the top.
Oh, nice. So that pot's going to go right from,
That's awesome.
from the stovetop to the table.
Yep.
It's going to be family style, fantastic. Does that smell like Sunday to you, Jason?
Oh, it's just perfect. And you can strain off the sauce, be all pretty, but come on.
We don't need to be pretty.
Get
You
it
don't
in
need
there.
to be pretty with us.
That
We get it.
is just pretty. Nice.
Lovely.
A little rosemary on top, and away you go.
So you mentioned a few of the vegetables that are going to be coming in now. We're switching gears now in terms of what's local and fresh, what's being harvested. What are we looking at?
You're looking at the root vegetables. You know? So it is the turnips, the parsnips, things like that. I run away from squash right now, like the butternut squash, because you're going to have it all winter.
Yeah.
You know, but it is, and even the apples are around, all the salad fruits around. So you know, like apple roasting, Brussels sprouts are still hanging around. Unfortunately, the corn, we always think of fall being corn, but the corn's pretty much drying up right now.
It's done.
So it's root vegetables that you want to get into.
You gotta really go for it with the corn, man.
I know.
You know, like you gotta go for it when you can get it, because when it's fresh, it is amazing.
I always laugh because the first corn on the cob is the best corn on the cob.
Ever.
And by the end of it is like, I cannot eat any more corn on the cob. Well, maybe one more. But then
Maybe
after
one
that,
more,
I
and then
cannot
that's
eat
it.
any more because it's just so good and the window's so small.
I know, it's so small. Cityline.ca for these awesome recipes. Let's go to break. We got more coming up.